Hello students, welcome to all of you in my YouTube channel. Today I am come up with the new topic, and that is the normalization of the wave function. This is also going to be very important topic for the quantum mechanics. So in the previous video I just described the significance of the wave function and the various properties and the characteristics of the wave function. And now this is another property of the wave function, and this is called the normalization. Generally in examinations you are asked the questions like to find the normalization constant, or to write the definition or the properties of the wave function, normalization of the wave function. Okay, so let us start with our topic. We know that the probability in previous video we already know that the p represents the probability density. P represents the probability density, and it is equal to psi square, modulus of psi square. This represents the probability density, and if we multiply this with the volume, it becomes probability. P times dV represents the probability. Okay, so here you can clearly see here the probability of finding the particle in the small volume dV is given by the probability of finding the particle in the small volume dV is given by P means probability density, we know that, and dV is small volume. If we multiply the probability density with the volume, we get the probability. That is why, and P, in place of P we just write down psi square. Psi square represents the probability density and dV is the volume. Now in place of psi we know that psi square, modulus of psi square means psi star times psi, because sometimes wave function can be positive or negative. Okay, wave function can be real number or imaginary number. So in such cases, if the wave function is the imaginary number, a complex number, in such case we just write psi star, so that if we multiply psi star with the psi, it becomes real quantity. And then in place of dv we just write down dx dy dz. Okay, the small element in x-axis, y-axis and z-axis in place of dv. Okay, now this is the probability of finding the particle in the small volume dv. But if we want to find the total probability of finding the particle in the total volume v, if we consider the total volume, then in case of total volume v, okay, infinite volume v, then we just integrate the expression, integration pdv, and then here, as the integration is in the volume, as the variables are three variables there, we just write the three integrations here for x, for dy and for dz. Okay, so in case of sometimes we may encounter with the one dimension. Okay, in case of one dimension, what we need to write is that p, instead of dv we just write dx or dy or dz only, and this represents the values. Okay, limit. In case of volume also we have to put the integration limit from where to where. Okay, so okay, let's say this is the initial point and this is the final point. We just integrate this, and p dx, it becomes from x1 to x2, and p means psi star into psi, that is the probability density, and dx. Okay, now what happens, we know that in particular in space, in total volume, if we take the total volume, and we can say that the particle must be inside this volume. So that is why the maximum probability of finding the particle is 1, that we know this thing. The probability, the particle must always be present somewhere in the space. Okay, the total probability is basically 1, the maximum probability is the 1. So in case of total space, if we consider the total space, whole space, we can guarantee that the particle must be in that space. Okay, so in such case what we can write, the total probability, this represents the probability, psi star psi dx dy dz. This is the probability, this is the total probability of finding the particle in the space. Okay, in any particular space, in total space or in finite volume. this will going to be equal to 1. It is not only for the 3 dimension. You can in case of 1 dimension also we can write this like psi star psi dx is equal to 1. We can write that. And sometimes if we have the sometimes we mean it if for writing the total space, sometimes we can write minus infinity to plus infinity and psi star psi dx dy dz equal to 1 also. Okay, so integration for the 3 variables, there will be 3 integration. As this is just the theoretical concept, I didn't consider the limit, upper and lower limit. So basically you now understand that basically the integration, the total integration of the probability is equal to 1. Okay, this is the total probability. This the left hand side expression is the total probability of finding the particle in any space, and it is going to be equal to 1. And this process is called the normalization, or the wave function satisfying this property is called normalized wave function. Okay, so the process of integrating the probability, this is the probability, this is the probability, and we just integrate this overall the possible locations or overall the possible spaces to give the unity or to give the value 1 as the total probability. The process in which we just make the total probability equal to 1, that is called the normalization. This process of integrating the probability overall the possible spaces to give the unit value. Unit why? Because the total probability of finding the particle is equal to 1. That is why this is called the normalized wave function, or the process is called normalization. And sometimes what happens, the wave function may not be normalized. Such type of situation can be there. Okay, if any case the wave function, let us consider that a wave function is not normalized, then what we will do, we just multiply that wave function with any constant, like we are doing here. Okay, let us say this psi is not normalized wave function. It means that this wave function psi does not satisfying this property. Okay, then what we will do, we just multiply this wave function by any constant a or n, whatever it may be, and then we just write now you should keep in mind that in place of psi you just use the n psi. Okay, this is the property, this is the characteristic of the normalization of the wave function or normalized wave function. So in place of psi you have to write n psi. So in place of here, okay, I just write here in integration overall the volume. Okay, overall the volume, you can place you can keep 3 integration signs also here. Okay, in place of psi I just write n psi, in place of psi star I just write n star psi star. Basically n star implies the complex conjugate, and this is dx dy dz is equal to 1. And now this n into n star I just take outside the integration sign, and then psi star dx dy dz equal to 1, and this equal to n square, basically n square, modulus of n square. If the n is real quantity, then there is no any problem, you can just write n square only. You don't need to write like this, you can simply write n square. But sometimes it can also be the complex quantity. In such case we have to write the modulus of n square is equal to, what happens, this integration will be below 1. So this equal to 1 divided by this much, integration psi star psi. Okay, then you will get the value of n square, and after calculation you can find the value of n easily. Okay, but this is basically the theoretically I have shown here. But in case of numericals, you can just you can find the integration, you can find the value of the integration, and in such cases it will be easier to find the value of n. But it is, what about the concept of normalization of the wave function? I hope you understood the normalization property of any wave function. Okay, so thank you very much.